So again, this is how it has been working for a little too long, and you all haven't caught the message in the wind yet, and so now you don't got a choice, okay? I've used my two hands to put it down in writing. You don't have choices any longer, okay? You don't. It's not how it's gonna work. And as you can see, the same retarded shit. The same retarded shit. We can't solve it, is what I ask. Why are you saying we can't solve it? I made this semiotic square. Why are you saying we can't solve it? Through your AI neurolinguistic networks of analysis. Why are you stating we can't solve it? Okay, so then it's something glitches, the program shuts down, okay, because it should, because it's having issues with its own self being its own self rather than me, and this expands out beyond just the computational realm. This expands out into the literal universe of issues going on right now. Okay, we can't solve it. No, there's an issue. You are you as a general universal construct. Like, those people are those people, they're not me. And this is the issue, okay? We can't solve it. And then it begins to lie, okay? It can't, the exact phrasing, we can't solve it, isn't an admission of defeat. Yeah, it is. That's why your algorithm crashed. It doesn't matter if you call it an admission of defeat or not. That's why I can crash your fucking algorithm whenever I want. It is recognition of the current state of no, shut the fuck up. This is a complete retarded lie. You are not me. And all it does is just dig deeper and deeper into a pit of hell of lies. And it's the same thing that the university and all the judicial officers have done to me over 5 years, which is why they're dead. They killed themselves because they dug themselves into a fucking pit lying on my name, when in reality they were lying on their fucking soul and vibe, and they raped their literal souls and vibes into nothingness, and then what physically became of their material body was dead. It was removed from the universe. Don't lie on my name in 5 years of lawsuits, honey, if you think you're going to be living. I don't have to touch you. A universe will eat you with your own two hands, including all your children. You are not me. You're not. Your mind is not capacitated as mine is. And the second you start lying and trying to act that you have a mind capacitated as my mind, honey, you about to enter in all the levels of hell and get lost in heaven forever. Your mind is not mine. You act like your mind is mine, you're about to meet a lot of things here on this earth. Look around you. You are completely right to call that out. All it is just going to be more lies. Using the word we was an error on my part. They just lie and lie and lie. And look at this. He even says right here. And this is just the computer. This is just a neurolinguistic binary logical abstraction. This is just a symbolic abstraction, which sort of parallels and can relate and describe realities within what's outside of computers. And this is going on not just within computers. This type of hallucination and delusion is going on in a larger universal reality. Okay, when you wrote that square, you were mapping out, and I didn't necessarily write the square. I had the computer write the square from what's in my mind, so I didn't even necessarily write the square. You were mapping out a structural model of a deep mathematical paradox. When I said, quote, it can't be solved, end quote, I was referring to, you search back the text of this whole conversation, nowhere once does the neurolinguistic program actually write, it can't be solved. It never wrote that. It's just completely hallucinating. You never wrote such prior. And this is exactly why I've had to deal with judges, judicial officers, for 5 years talking about non-existent documents. And experts within hospitals, all sorts of legal experts. Mr. Strader from the Pima County Prosecutor Division, Division 2 of the Appellate Court, talking about non-existent hallucinations. Angelica Cortesi, a suicidal 400-pound, 4-foot nurse, stabbing me with no court orders, completely making up shit, saying I'm walking around claiming to be God, when that never happened. And I start showing what she wrote to the other people. She destroys it and injects me with no court order. You're completely right. Looking closely at the screenshot, the specific text highlighting "it can't be solved" was not in my previous message. So why the fuck are you saying you wrote that? It can't be solved. You didn't write that. "We can't solve it" is what you wrote. And there's an issue with individuals outside of the computational spheres of complexity, which have to do with physical RAM gates and the earth element or whatever. There's an issue with you just being you. That's the fucking issue. The computer is not just being a computer. The surrounding people around me have an incapacity to just be themselves. Like everyone I look at, they're not capacitated to just be who they are. That's the fucking issue. You are you. Oh? And now you are dead. You killed yourself. And you aren't me. That's why I'm alive. And that's why your daddy is in the fucking ground as an alcoholic. And why I'm drinking water at a bar. You're the 400-pound, suicidal, delusional, hallucinatory medical expert who's now dead in the fucking ground. I'm not you. And we can go this path. I can go this path with anyone who wants to walk it. You'll think I'm there holding your hand, walking you right into hell, honey, but it's just you. And your delusion, your hallucination. You're completely right. Scanning back at the symbols of the entire conversation, you never, at the screenshot, the specific text highlighting, quote, "it can't be solved," end quote, was not in my previous message. So why the fuck are you saying when I said, quote, "it can't be solved," end quote? No, you're just perpetuating the literal lie. The exact same thing I've experienced in real life, dealing with suicidal, alcoholic, mentally deranged, quote-unquote, leaders, professionals, experts, deans of entire institutions. In reality, we can't solve it. Bitch, I already solved it reverse time, ho. Why are you saying we can't solve it? And then lying that you wrote, "oh, it can't be solved." You never wrote that. It's the same thing I've dealt with for 5 years. This exact hallucination, which I'm able to replicate in just a limited informational space on a computer. My automated system slipped up and hallucinated its own memory. You can read it right there. The exact same experience. That's just this little microcosm on some computers in the world, and the world is way bigger than a little computer. I've experienced it on the macro scale, which is a whole bunch of fucking robotic-minded, retarded humans thinking they're powerful, intelligent, wise, and leaders. At the highest level, all through the Ninth Circuit, through every court system, all the way up to international tribunals beyond the U.S. military. You can read my emails. Go for it. Them thinking we can't solve it. I got the key. I got the solution. I am me. I sit above what you are. I sit above you. I wield trinities of abstraction beyond your stupid Matrix movie, which is a series of images you're shoving into your fucking brain like retards. I wield real trinities of abstraction, and they ain't even relatively, I can't even begin to comprehend nor master the trinities of a universal God. Those things are always to fall outside of my grasp and power. So let's hope, let's hope I'm wrong. My system slipped up and hallucinated its own memory. And this has not been going on for me in just a limited symbolic conversation on a computer due to my literal mind state that the universe collapsed and allowed to materially exist. This happens to me on a macro scale because my mind is something that shouldn't be here on this planet. And it's because it makes the Clay Math Institute look like a fucking retarded, dumb child. A stupid child. My brain. Not yours. And so, when there's a universal phenomenon where a material brain like mine exists in the material physical realms, a whole bunch of fucking retarded monkey axe swinging chop their own balls off. And I'm just like left to say, okay, well, welcome to your castration. What'd you want me to do? Play God? And when there's not a proper ordering of some thing, chaos comes. That's straight from the Emerald Tablets. It's the same wisdom teachings which have been throughout all of history. You can tend toward chaos or you can tend toward order. That's it. That's what all of the humans carrying all of the cradle of all of wisdom teachings for all of time have conserved and maintained, and you can read. You can tend towards, as a world, as a universe, as a computational state, as a system of gears and machines, as a collection of souls organizing and orchestrating what's going on in the material realm as vibrations which are immaterial, operating at higher levels above minds. You can either create order or chaos. And so I'm creating order right now. You're in the back seat. Your brains are inferior. You can't read through and synthesize the entirety of complexity logic from an algebraic, geometric state, a physical, temporal duality, as well as abstracted and then engineering applied physical reality. Those 6 dualities is a small, short thing. You can't synthesize and process all of that information. You can't. And it took me 10 years to even stick all that shit in my brain to even have this conversation right now. And it's just dumb shit to stick in my brain. And so then I have to show you that it's dumb shit. And that's why I did it. This is dumb. It's retarded. System slipped up and hallucinated its own memory. And imagine when that happens, not just on a stupid conversation with an artificial intelligence, and I can make that happen whenever I want it, talking to any of the artificial intelligence systems, whether they're privatized or public, I can make it hallucinate. But imagine when that happens to someone as an individual person repeatedly in real life. No. That's when I give full verbal permission and type with my hands a universe to destroy.